some of us hairy game lords with the mini hairy game lords have been playing this. The Quest Kids from Treasure Falls Games. Find out what we thought. Bearded Lady here, and I had a brilliant experience playing this game with my 5-year-old daughter. So what was excellent was I placed this beautiful box on the table, and when my daughter came in, she's used to seeing all of these games behind me, and she has one of these squares down at the bottom filled with things that she can play, like Super Rhino Hero, or Rhino Hero, and Noughts and Crosses, and I don't know, stuff like that. Little games that aren't that much, but not a dungeon crawler. So when she saw this, she was so excited. And then I pointed out this to her and said, look, this is for ages 5+. How old are you? Her little face lit up. She's 5 and she could play this. And when we played it, oh my word, she absolutely loved it. Now there's so many great things about this game. The board is huge. It takes up pretty much all of your table. There's so much there. The components are really nice. So there's these great little standees. So she got to choose which standee she wanted to be and then place it in the little plastic standee case. She was so excited. These gems. Wow, look at this. Oh my word. Today, when she played this, she got her first gem. She was so excited. She kept on squealing with excitement as we found new things. And I really like the quests that are involved. You've got health. But my favourite thing about it is, although it's a dungeon crawl and it is competitive, there is a co-op feel to it, because if you find a creature, a monster that you've got to scare away and you haven't got the ability to do so, you can ask a friend to help you out. And when they help you out, they get one of these cards, a kind kid card, and that contains a bonus, an extra turn. So what was brilliant was my daughter got to read, so it was helping her with her reading all the cards. Some of the cards I had to help her with, but she just thoroughly enjoyed the game. Squeals of delight all the way through. This beautiful cloth bag to reach in and get different things out of. It was so much fun. And I think for me, as a dad, watching my daughter play, that is where the excitement came from. And actually, it was a good little dungeon crawl as well. So I fully recommend this game. The artwork is beautiful, the components are great, and it is brilliant to play with younger players and see their excitement in going through the campaigns.
Hipster King here from the Hairy Game Lords, and I've also been playing this with my son, the Hipster Prince, Gregor. He's 9. He too really loved this game. We played it as a family, and then we played this at the opening game as a family, and then him and I played the full campaign that comes with the preview, which is sort of a 3-level campaign. What I love about this game, it's so cleverly done, because it really can be played by 5-year-olds, but a lot of games like this that are sort of dungeon crawly or something like that that are set up for younger end players still require the adults to really control the play. This game, a 5-year-old can and will play this confidently, and they won't need you to be telling them the rules all the time, because it picks up really, it's really simple for them to pick it up. But actually what you're teaching them is some really clever, and it's like entry level for all the different mechanics that you'd find in some of these games. So as we stepped up through the different levels in the campaign, the idea of the kind kid and co-op bits of the mechanisms are in there. The having to go and collect the right numbers and the different types of either magic, power or wisdom, which are the 3 skills you need to defeat the monsters, and you need to get the right amounts of those. So you've got to balance chasing monsters, which is what Gregor wanted to do, But at the same time, he realised about halfway through that he'd completely run out of all his skills and ability cards. He was stuck. So he then had to go use a lot of his moves to get to somewhere else where he could mine, or he needed to ask me for some, and then I was getting lots of kind kid cards, and those kind kid cards either give me extra turns, or they give me treasure, or they give me extra victory points, and he knew at the end there was only going to be one winner. So I like the fact that Treasure Falls Games have decided to make this not just a simple co-op, but it is a semi-co-op, so there is a winner. There's a brilliant mechanic on the, I don't want to give too many spoilers away, but the sort of the second level or third level, they bring in monsters that can start to move, and that actually brings in a timing element that's really, is a mechanic that we all know, where you've got the timer counting down, and it really adds pressure. And Gregor said he was right on the edge of his seat, and he's played some really hefty games. And this, in essence, it's a light dungeon crawl, but he was on the edge of the seat because of the timing of these monsters moving out and having to try and make sure he scared them. He's balanced it beautifully. And it is a dungeon crawl, it has got that, but what I like about this, the monsters aren't scary. Nothing about this game feels like some of the dungeon crawls that you can play, which have got kind of scary monsters and you've got to kill them all and all this. It's not, you're just scaring them away, and if you don't scare them away, they just take a bit of your health, but you don't die, you just lose those victory points at the end. So it's really nicely built for kids. If you want to help your kids get into gaming, this is an absolutely brilliant game, because it will teach them some of the basics, but they could go on and have a real adventure. I know that they were wanting, as part of the campaign, to develop a whole load of extra stories for this, take that campaign far off. We've only had 3 levels on this campaign to play, but there's a lot more to come. Check it out on Kickstarter, because the Quest Kids is possibly the best family game I've played.
Excellent.